Hey there, and happy Friday afternoon, or actually 5 o'clock. So kind of in that in-between stage of people getting off work, or maybe people are off work enjoying the start to their weekend. So yesterday I had a great day shopping with my sister, and this is kind of funny. So we got her nails done. My sister's never had a manicure, pedicure before, so I brought her out as a treat. I wanted to treat her to something special and pampering, and she loved it. And halfway through the pedicure, the door opened up, and one of my team members walks in the door, and it was like, "Hey, Faith," and the nail tech was like, "You know her?" And so how fun to see somebody that we met kind of like partway. It was a little bit of a jog for her to get there, not too bad. And then for us, we were an hour away from home. And so to run into somebody like Stampin' Up! Related while we're just out and about doing our thing yesterday was really fun. So we did a fun shopping day, and it was just fun to get out and shop. I love shopping. Do you guys love shopping? I love shopping. Okay, so this is how I'm going to end my week with something festive. The Taco Fiesta, the stamp set has sold out, and normally I wouldn't even demo, but I had this ready to go, and a lot of you did jump on and buy the Taco Fiesta, and so I don't always want to do a video with the thought of, oh, you have to buy everything, you know, and sometimes it's just getting the idea or the layout. So if you don't have the stamp set, maybe you can do a different layout with stamps that you have, or if you have the stamp set, go, this is great. I can actually make a card knowing I don't have to buy all the stuff. So let me get my camera turned around here and start my weekend inspiration for you. So this will be my last demo of the week here for you. And we've got these bright colors. So these bright colors are the ones that will be retiring, the 5 in colors. So this is Tahitian Tide, this cardstock. I did check because I thought some of the cardstocks had sold out, but I did see that this was available. And then this is the Parakeet Party, and then this is done on the basic white too with that. So just fun colors. And the neat thing is these blends, normally $10, and actually they're going up in price to $11. So these are $10 per set, and the in colors are priced at $6. So if you like these types of colors, it's great. And what I love about our products, sometimes like some of these colors will coordinate well, like the Parakeet Party. Sometimes I have used them with our like lemon lime twist or granny apple green, just to kind of get some depth and different levels of like coordination with that too. So that's fun. So like I said, $6 on some of these, so that makes it fun. So I don't know if you guys remember. Oh, here it is. Hold on. I can get it to you. Last week I did this card for my hostess, Donna Barrett. Her party is still open. And do you see this circle here that I cut with the deckled circle dies? So that came out of here. So I love it when I can make something from here, like double up here, so then it becomes part of this card like so. And I love showing you like what I did versus, okay, we all have these piles of scraps and different pieces, but where do they go afterwards? So that's where that went. So this was done at one of my classes that I recently held, and so people love it when they go to my classes and have some of the steps done as far as the die cutting. Not too many of the steps because they still want to have fun and make the majority of the card, right? So this is what they got to start with, was the Tahitian Tide, and then it was scored, and then this decal circles die was cut out of it. So let me just take my bone folder here and give it a good crease for that. And then I'm going to go ahead and open this back up and actually put it on a Stampin' Pierce mat, because the Taco Fiesta stamp set is a photopolymer clear, you know, see-through stamp set. So let me get out my Tahitian Tide ink pad. And if you see all these fun little pieces of candy, that's going to be the background. So what a difference that makes. I like to show you the before and after. I mean, this is like okay because it's fun and bright and cheerful, but just adding those little pieces, let me get the camera on there, or I mean the lighting maybe. I don't know, maybe that washed it out. So adding those little pieces of candy on there, I think just really dressed up the background of the card. So I'm going to open this up, and the reason I open it up is just so that I don't accidentally start stamping stamping the candy in here, which, you know, that now that I think about it, that wouldn't be the biggest thing because that's going to be covered up with white, basic white cardstock. Oh, well. Okay, so let me grab the candy here. I'm just going to start along the edges because that way I know we're not going to go over too far. And then I just kind of rotate my stamp going around the edge so that it's not all the same candy pieces lined up. Let me just get that going here, and then I can stamp right off and into the circle to get that look here and filling in those pieces. And I think just kind of the key is just rotating so that different pieces of candy are always showing up, and then just kind of spacing so that it always looks like there's about the same amount of blank space as filled in space. So we've got all of that going on like so with the Tahitian tied cardstock, Tahitian tied ink pad. There we go. And so now we can start working on the cute piñata. All right, so we've got this cute llama piñata. And let me start by opening up my Memento Black ink pad. Now, I took out the circle and gave it kind of that nice deco look with that. But now these are the stylish shapes, and I chose those because I kind of like those little white dots around there and kind of like the difference of the opening having a different look than what's going to get popped up in between there. So let me just take the smaller white, basic white circle here that I've pre-cut ahead of time and stamp out that nice little piñata. And now at the class, sometimes there's, you know, several people sitting at the same station wanting to use different products at the same time. So I did kind of lay out like the light and the dark of each of the colors here, which wasn't the biggest deal because they're pretty similar, especially for what we're coloring in. They just needed one or the other. They weren't going to do any blending. Hello there. Thanks, Shannon. Good to see you on here. So I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight. This is actually one of the blends colors I feel like I use the most, right up there with Smoky Slate for a popular color. Sometimes people are asking me like, oh, I want to get into the blends. What color should I start with? Well, it kind of goes along with what stamp sets do you have. That's always the biggest thing. Like, what are you coloring? Nature, animals, flowers, that kind of thing. The Daffodil Delight seems like I'm always grabbing that for something, no matter what type of thing I'm using. So I'm just doing the nose, ears, and that top of that Mexican rug there. And then next I'm going to go with the Parakeet Party. And along the neck, there's just like this little tiny, can hardly get like the bullet tip in there. And same with like the little, I want to call it spikes on the rug, or the little flags coming off that. So I'm just going to color that in with Parakeet Party, and then go that next rung, or ring, I should say, however you want to say, on that. And then I'm going to go with the middle here of the tail and color that in. So we've got that. And like I said, no blending, but I just love the blends. I think everybody can agree they're really easy and smooth to work with. Next, I'm going to do Orchid Oasis. And for that, I'm just going to go with the next layer on here. And kind of have to be a little bit more careful because this one has a little bit of a curve going in there. And then I'm going to go up the tail with that one. So we've got that. So now that adds like a whole new bright color. At first when I put this on, I'm like, ooh, that's kind of dark. But then I gave it a couple minutes and then it did lighten up. So sometimes our blends will do that. So never fear. And then next I'm going to take, I'm going to do the lighter of the Tahitian Tide this time. And now this just fills in between the Orchid Oasis and ending the blanket look there on the piñata. And I'm going to go up the tail there. So for those of you that don't like to color, that's not too bad. Just a few minutes of coloring there and you're set. So now this is ready to be attached to this, and I'm just going to flip this over and put some dimensionals on here to pop that up. So let's get some of those going. About 4 of them should do it. And then this is ready to go on here. So next, the next thing I want to do though, before I put it on here, is we kind of have to get all of this to line up, get centered and all of that. So the easiest thing to do next is to take and put this white piece in here. So that is the 4 by 5 1/4 that I normally would put on the inside of a card. So that's just going to go in there like so. And then I'm going to take and get some adhesive on here. So this really comes together pretty quickly. Sometimes people overthink it, like how do you get all that to work? Well, once this is closed, you know exactly where that circle is going to fit. So that makes it really easy to center that and just put that in there. And then we need some sentiments to go with this. And for this one, on the outside, I have Holy Guacamole. It's your birthday. And I'm sure you guys remember that from last week when I used it with that card. I already lost the card that I showed at the beginning of this video. Seriously, I don't know where I put it. Okay, and so I'm just going to take this little strip here we go, of the Parakeet Party and ink up with that same Memento Black ink. Holy Guacamole, it's your birthday. Oh, I don't like how that looks. I don't know. It just looks funky on there. So let me redo it. That's what I love. You can just tip over your cardstock. It's ready to go again. Actually, I don't like that either. It just kind of looks crooked. All right. Easy enough to cut off and start again. All right. The joys of live videos, like things like this do actually happen. I feel like it's almost pressing maybe a little too hard. Oh, I love the way this one looks. It's centered. It's nice and dark and even. Okay, so I'm just gonna give that a clip there. This little piece here, in case people are wondering, it is 3/4 inches. Oops, this strip here. So 3/4 inches, and I just had like a long strip, and I had people stamp on here, and then it was easier for them to cut off after they had stamped instead of trying to center and space all of that within like a pre-cut little piece there. Now this I'm also going to pop up, so I just need to grab a couple dimensionals here and do that. And now this is ready to go on the card. So I'm just going to put it kind of down in the corner here like so. That your nacho average friend. I think that's just like the cutest with the nacho, because I've got kind of a lot invested in the card already. So I want to make sure it's inked up. I want to make sure it's centered and all that good stuff. There, we've got it up in the corner, because I don't want to have to redo the whole card because I messed up on just that last piece. Hey there, Sherry. I'm sure you guys can relate to that, like adding that one last stamp or something and going, oh, it's like smeared or it's crooked or something like that. So we've got Holy Guacamole. It's your birthday. Your nacho average friend. So very fun that way. Now, I still like not only, you know, the festiveness, the extra little confetti things, but it's still a little plain. So that's where embellishments come in. I'm going to pull in these, and these have retired. So they are sold out, but I had just these few and they coordinated, and I was so glad some of you got in on the very end when I was placing orders for people that wanted these. I could see like low inventory, and I'm like, you guys, you're gonna get it. And sure enough, like days later, they were sold out. So these are the in color pearls. So I'm just gonna take, whoops, one of these purple ones. It kind of flew off my take your pick tool there. So I'm just gonna put one of those purple ones down, and then I'm going to grab a couple of the Tahitian Tide colored ones. So we've got a couple different colors going, and I love how just that little pop of color here on the card just makes everything kind of a little bit more festive and fun and not so plain. So in just a few minutes there, you can see how fun that card is to come together, and I like how I could show you how this doubled up to make, you know, a couple different cards using that same Deckled Circles dies. So Deckled Circles dies, they're online exclusive. They're not going anywhere. Stylish Shapes dies, they're carrying over. It's just these fun, bright colors that are retiring. Those are the 5 bright in colors that we have that will no longer be. So hopefully you guys have of May, or kind of that second or first full week, but second week of May. So look forward to like a demo of her project specific to her virtual party coming up very soon too. So have a great weekend. See you Monday. Bye-bye.